Hmm. Right. See what we can do. Hoping on decent Wi-Fi. Set my, get rid of that. Doing this a bit differently. I thought I'd give it a go. Get rid of this. Okay. The cat's at the water bucket, as you can see. There's definitely a bit of latency, but I've set my resolution to as high as it will go. And there she is. And basically today I'm going to be going through some gifts that I was given by Louise from Ireland, and I'm pretty sure that I'm live the other end, and that what I'm doing, I'm actually on the computer at the same time. We are still rolling, as far as I know. We are still rolling. Oh, I've got Puddy Tat. Here's Puddy Tat. There. Close that. Top chat, right up the top, live chat. Let's see what's going on here. No thanks. Right. According to this, we got two. Hello, yo. Yeah. Oh, DJ the Puff, the third, going live in the gaff, basically, and I'm hoping to be talking about some volcanic rocks that a friend of mine has. She's come over from Ireland, and basically she's given me some volcanic rocks from Iceland, Etna, and Stromboli, and well, it's been quite exciting. I'm in the gaff. The sound for the computer and any sound has been turned off, so it's just me talking, and just hoping it's all set up properly. I'm pretty sure it's all set up now. And as you can see, Puddy Tat is here, Esma Florine is here. Hoping to get a few more people on, but well, I don't know. I'm way past prime GMT time because I'm in London, and I'm way past that. I'm past midnight now. More crap coming up on the computer. More crap popping up. I'm long past GMT, so I'm more like prime US time, East Coast, and probably very close to early morning in Australia. But yes, in 2021, something major went down, and basically it was the eruption in Fagradalsfjall in Iceland, and not sure how it happened, but there was a massive hype about Iceland's first eruption on the Reykjanes Peninsula for hundreds of years. I think it was something like 800 years since the last eruption happened at Fagradfjall. And in 2021, I joined a live stream, and it was called Daily Iceland. And the man behind it was Rob Tasker. Now, the Daily Iceland name was gone, and it's just Rob Tasker now. And that particular year met a load of people. Being it was 2021, this was March. It was about March the 17th or 18th, maybe. I can't remember now if it's earlier. But that's when it popped, and immediately people were streaming the volcanic eruption live in Iceland. So many different ones. Mirage! Oh, would you believe it? I'm pretty sure I knew who that is. Yes, I'm just about to talk about the volcanic eruption in Fagradfjall, and of course, at that time, my mother had just passed away in April, and then later in the year, already died, in the year New Year's Eve 2022, my father passed away as well, which left me on my own. I don't have a family of my own. I don't have kids, so I'm totally on my own, apart from the cat you just saw jump down. But we had trouble. As good as this stream was, I mean, Daily Iceland was a brilliant stream, and it had the classic quad screen with music in the background, and there was some fantastic music. I can't remember all of it, but Patrick Patricios Away, Patrick Patricios Glacier, Bobby Richards, Two Moons, that kind of stuff. Quite ambient, and it went very well with it went very well with the eruption. And I got this later. In Bromley, there was like a Manland shop would have all these gadgets, cheap gadgets, and the same with the plasma ball. That was earlier, but I managed to get 2 of these, and I gave one to Louise in Ireland. And yes, basically, the chats were pretty good, but unfortunately, Daily Iceland didn't make the best moderator choices, and each live stream on YouTube needs moderators, and it all went to a bit pants really. In 3 or 4 months, Daily Iceland was no longer there anymore, and so we all decided that I had issues with people on stream trolling me, literally, because my mother had just passed away in April, and we're still watching it from March. We're now in May. I was being trolled by someone called Bobby the Butcher, and ended up blocking him in the end. And Louise was literally there protecting me. She was on my side. She was like a protective hound to me, basically. And Louise has been really good in the past, really good. As I said, this is like a LED with water, little white and red balls, and it's basically a volcano. There you go, look. It's a volcano, basically. REDZ, Reds, I think it was. And that is basically a volcano like a lava lamp. It's not really a lava lamp. It's got a little motor in it, and it goes around, and it pushes up these white and red balls, and it looks a bit like lava, basically. Well, in 2022, believe it or not, in Iceland, we get yet another eruption in Iceland, this time at Myrdala. And everyone was excited again. We've got another tourist eruption, and again, streams were covering it, all different streams were covering it. And then the year after that, this year, 2023, third time in a row. This time, Little Hruta, which is a little bit further north of Myrdala and Fagradalsfjall, over the hill. And that was a pretty big one. And it lasted longer than the 2022 eruption at Myrdala. Definitely wasn't as long as the first one, but then again, the first eruption was going to be the biggest, basically. Hello, it's a vlog. So you know the next vlog. You're one of next vlog. Thank you for joining. And yeah, 2023. We've literally had up to now 3 eruptions in the Reykjanes Peninsula in Iceland. Hello there. And we're all very happy to see it a third time, not one time, not 2 times, but a third time. Another perfect, sublime tourist eruption, and it was covered yet again on the internet. But one thing we noticed with previous years as well, but especially this year, drone coverage was definitely the way to go, because it was a lot further away from the car parks. It was a longer walk to the third eruption at Little Hruta, and drones were literally, the following on these chat streams for the drones were truly incredible. Hello, Amatisang vlog from the Philippines. Lovely, thanks for joining me. You may know Mark the Shark as well. So we've followed his streams as well, and he's popped into quite a few different aloha. I'm pretty sure he's not here, but yeah, we're all a bit of a community, to be honest. 2023, and basically last year I had a visit from Louise from Ireland, and she's one of the ones that was basically on the chats with me on Daily Iceland. And then later on Dr. Fox 2000 from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, he started doing he's basically doing it pretty much daily. At certain times he'll start, I've not been on there too much recently, but he'll literally start early on the weekends, but he'll be working every day pretty much, doing volcanoes, eruptions, earthquakes, weather, even CO2 all over the world, including pigs, yes, bacon seeds. So we have been following Dr. Fox 2000 for a little while, in the absence of any other chat. Of course, Rob Tasker, but we tend to follow Dr. Fox 2000 because he has learnt a lot in the past. He knows what he's doing, and despite the ice cream and the bacon seeds, he's been doing very well, and he's getting on a bit. He's even done snow cano and bunny cam, and he's even done candy cane lane, which was quite good. So yes, we've been watching Dr. Fox 2000. In 22, I was meant to go to Iceland with a friend who invited me. Ticket booked, but the week before my ticket, deciding not to play ball, ended up in intensive care. Friend went alone. Oh my God, no. Oh, I'll take it that's you, Julian. She returned to America 8 weeks later. Oh, even worse. Oh dear, oh dear. So an opportunity lost, and then the illness. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, and of course the Iceland, the volcano family. It's a bit niche, but we're all quite close. I've not been on the streams, Dr. Fox 2000 stream, because I really haven't been feeling up to it. My life is still, it's still on a bit of a plateau. Things are supposed to be being sorted out, and it's just limbo really. And I've not been feeling that well, to be honest. I'm not, maybe not quite so bad recently, but it's just soreness. I get soreness. Yes, I thought as much. Hello again, Julian. So what I've actually done today, I've got the iMac working, and I'm in my YouTube, and I'm watching the chat at the same time, and it's working so much easier because I'm recording. I can see I'm recording. I've got it silenced, so you're hearing me, but there's no interference basically, and I can keep an eye on chat, which is unusual for some. So it's not exactly professional, but the phone's going over there. Well, thanks for joining, Julian. Yes, and no, not been on Dr. Fox much. I'll be very sore laying in bed, and then I'll be very tired at the end of the day, head sore, and I've just been up very early in the mornings watching Twitch streams and YouTube streams, basically, because life is so completely out of kilter, and I'm not getting up out of bed until after 12. I mean 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes it's even later than that. It's a bit sad really, but I can't fill a whole day. If I got up early in the morning, it would just be more time. I'd have to find something to do, and it'd just be more money spent on food and drink to keep myself going for the day. So I'm only living a half day, and I'm up at night and I'm watching stuff on my phone. The cactus. Hey, Gary, 24/7 Arizona skies. Love the cactus. Yes, this came from Asda, which is basically Walmart in America. But I have other cactus actually, and they're on the they're at the back. You can't really see them, but I have a lot more cactus up there. I've got Acanthocalicians, I've got Ferrocactus hystrix, and I've got all kinds up there. Not so much here than there is at the allotment. Yeah, butterfly expert. I did get a lot of the butterflies right, didn't I? Yeah. I do like the glowing cactus, although I lost the plate on the bottom, so the batteries might be at risk of falling out. I wanted to change the batteries in this as well, but I've only got AAA's, not AA's. Got a nice Sansevieria here as well, and I've got a Cylindrica, Sansevieria cylindrica, and 2 years ago that flowered, and I'd never seen a Sansevieria flower before, and it had a nice sweet smell. And then earlier this year when I took Grace the guitar to Tony Patience's house, I noticed that his Sansevieria had flowered at the same time, the same year as mine. So 2022 or 21, I think it's 2022, both his Sansevieria cylindrica and mine, they both flowered at the same time. Arizona skies, it's great to see you. Mirage is still here. But yes, as you can see, Esma Florine is here. My baby girl, Esma Florine. And she's what, 14 now, aren't you, sweetheart? Yeah, and she loves her daddy. And daddy loves her. Esma Florine. So I think what we're going to do now, I'm not sure if I'll be able to take the stones up near the camera. I might try it. I might stand behind the camera and basically try and hold the rocks up to the camera and try and get them in focus. But I've got specimens here. I was very lucky. From, I'm sure I'm missing one. Where's the corn scrubber? I'm sure I'm missing a corn scrubber. I think we're only missing the one though. I wonder if it's over here. Yeah, here's the corn scrubber. Now, my mother had one of these, and I remember it in the 80s and the 90s. But right, which ones is which? All I can say is that we have various here. We have examples from Iceland, and we have examples from Etna, and we have also Stromboli. But unfortunately, the Etna and Stromboli ones got a bit mixed up, so I'm not entirely sure what ones came from where. But yeah, kitty close up. Yeah, you've got that right, Gary. You've got a kitty close up. Esma Florine close up. I know what will make her move. She does like her yeasty bites. Yeah, she does like her yeasty bites. I'll get one of these out. There she goes. Oh, she's a clever girl. Right, okay. Let's get busy. So we've got various here. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure which come from where as far as Etna and Stromboli, but they're very close together, them two volcanoes, and they both have their moments. Right, let's take a look at some of these specimens. I'm going to put them down here. Very light, I must say that they're very light. And one in particular, I mean, they're all very light, but especially the pumice. Well, first of all, I think we'll go with, for black glass, we have some black glass. We have some black glass, and that is basically obsidian or obsidiana. We got black glass, we got obsidian. Now maybe I can go through the Italian names as well at the same time. Obsidiana. Mirage. I got a bit from Etna, like a bit of pumice. So there you go. We have obsidian. I probably need a bit more light, to be honest, but that's not too bad. You can tell it's black glass. Definitely, you can tell this is black glass. So, Ossidiana. Oh, we have. Even when you smell this stuff, we have a couple of. I tell you what, we'll lift this up. This fish tank lid. We'll try and lift up the fish tank lid, and that will give me just a little bit more light. Well, I'm hoping. Well, I was hoping. I might have to wedge the Supermarine Spitfire in the way. There we go. There's a little bit more light, and we basically have more of a black lava now, and they're very light. They're very light indeed. Tephra almost. Stuff that's literally just been ejected out of Etna or Stromboli. Definitely. And many thanks to Louise in Ireland and her friends that went to these places to pick them up. And Louise said, "Oh, can you get some lava for me and my friend?" So that's the little darker pieces. Now I need to see if these are actually different, these two. They do look very slightly different, not by much. And this is more of a red lava rossa. More like a lava rossa, a red lava. And a bigger one. We've got a bigger one here as well. I wish I could say it was in focus, but it may well not be in focus. But I'm trying to get as close as possible. I tell you what, well, the cameras are over here, to be honest. Mr. Sir! Puff and Stuff. One of the biggest artists in London. Yes, that is Fled's on the wall. And we've got Dreer on the left there. It's a bit obscured, but that is one of the biggest artists in London, the Graffiti Kings. Sadly, no longer, it seems. But yes, we've got more lava rossa. Thanks for joining Troika 75. And I'm basically talking about a friend who sent me some lava rocks over from Etna, Stromboli, and red lava rock. Yeah, talking about lava rock that a friend had given me. And I saw a lot of this kind of stuff when I went to Mount Teide, Gran Canaria, back in the, I think it was the late 80s, and that was a long time ago. So we've had obsidian, we've had the little black pieces, and red lava. Right. Now, I'm not sure in the 1980s or 90s, or any time really, did your grandmother or mother have corns on her feet? Well, if she did, she probably used to try and braid them and wear them down with pumice. Now, pumice is another volcanic rock, basically, and it's even lighter than lava itself. Them pieces of lava, it's literally even lighter. Graph punks, and we still got Gary and Mirage. So yes, and this is extremely light, and it's so light to the point I've not actually tried it, but I should imagine that it floats in water as well. well, that's my guess. The air trapped inside it, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it floats on water. It's that light. And we all really know what pumice looks like anyway. It's very pale, very light. It's very light in colour. And it is very abrasive as well, but it's fine abrasive. Now you could probably wear down your fingernails with it, and of course it's used on hard skin on the feet, which is a bit but that's what your mother used to do. That's what your grandmother used to do. She used to braid her corns down with pumice, and it is a volcanic rock. Pumice is a volcanic rock, and in some cases you can see tiny crystals. It looks like crystals, long crystals, and I can see that there now. I can see feathery crystals in it. Very interesting rock, pumice. So they're basically the Etna and Stromboli 3 pieces that I have that I can put in hand. So it's basically, I've got a handful of different lava rocks from Etna and Stromboli that Louise gave me. Louise from Ireland. And it was a joy. It was great. It saves me having to go to these places. I mean, who knows? Maybe in the future I will. But I mean, watching them on live stream is good enough. But to have something like this in my hands, and I've always been into geology myself. I've always been into geology, mainly sedimentary geology, fossils, minerals, that kind of stuff. And for quite a few years, from about 1993 or 1994, I think it was 1993, I joined both the British Cactus and Succulent Society and the Ravensbourne Geological Society. There was a geological society in Beckenham, not far from St George's Church, and I was part of the geological society there. And we went to field trips. We had long weekend trips. We had long weekend trips to Derbyshire, and we went to Shropshire as well. We went to Shropshire twice. We went to Shropshire twice on geological trips. Zana! Oh, hey, Zana's here. Lovely. You've caught DJ. One of Wild Warrior Bill's followers. So we've got... oh, I've been nabbed. Yes, I'm currently going through rocks, basically. And there's one here in a box. Like I said, I was part of the Geological Society from 1993 to the 2000s. I think I finished somewhere in the mid 2000s. And by the time I thought, I might go there again, the Ravensbourne Geological Society basically folded, because they couldn't find anyone to take over the chairman's seat, which was a bit sad. And Austin Lockwood and June Lockwood, I mean, Austin was a bit moody, but he was the chairman. June was his wife. She made rock cakes. Mind the puns. And lovely. We went to all kinds of different places. And also, if you've heard about the Bromley Millennium Rocks, you got all these Lewisian gneiss boulders all over Bromley. These were installed in 1999 or 2000, and that was through the Ravensbourne Geological Society. And I was with the Ravensbourne Geological Society at the time when they were bringing all these Lewisian gneiss boulders down from Scotland to Bromley in South London. And basically they put all these Lewisian gneiss boulders, about 2 or 3 tons a piece, in all different kinds of places around Bromley Borough in London. And that was the Ravensbourne Geological Society, and I was part of that for a while. And then they folded, basically, which was a bit sad. But I've always been into geology, not necessarily volcanic, but sedimentary fossils and rocks, most definitely. See you later, Mirage. Thanks for popping by. It's great to see you. Zahn has caught me. Oh yeah, friendly thumb smash. Don't forget to hit that like button, as Arizona Sky says. Right, we've got another one here, which is a box. And the funny thing with this is, this might be 2023, but I'm pretty sure that I had something like this when I was just a wee kid. And this must have been in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And basically this also comes from Etna. And it's basically a little box, and it's full of separate specimens. And maybe I had a bigger one. I have a feeling that I had a bigger box, but you literally have a picture of Mount Etna erupting, Stromboli in eruption. It's in a red and black box that sort of resembles red lava, with all the shadow in the little bits. And then we've got little rocks inside. And this one especially, I mean, it's in a box, and I thought, why do I recognise that? Because I'm pretty sure I had something incredibly similar when I was a kid, and this was in the 80s and the 90s. And my father probably bought it at a boot sale of all things. But we've got Obsidiana, which is obsidian again, which is the same as the one down there on the table. So we've got one here. We've got obsidian, Obsidiana, calcite, lava rossa, olivina, which is olivine, or if you're looking at a jewel, it's peridot. But we've got olivilina, a zolfar, which is sulfur, and hematite, and I'm pretty sure that may mean hematite. So we've got quite a lot of different rocks in here: obsidiana, calcite, lava rossa, olivina, zolfar, and hematite. So sulfur, hematite, olivine, obsidian, calcite, and red lava. Yeah, it's a 6-pack. God, flipping that. I wish I had a 6-pack. I think I drink too many beers, Gary. I drink too many beers. I don't have a 6-pack. Oh boy. Yeah, I've got a 6-pack. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, look who's back. Esma Florine's back. Oh, you can smell that sulphur, I tell you. You can smell that sulphur. Anyway, it's good to have sulphur again, because, as I said, I had something exactly the same as this when I was a kid. My father probably got it at a boot sale. Hello! Unfortunately, I'm a bit busy. But this is the box. And that was very nice. If anything, I really like that, because I had something very similar when I was younger. And now we have Iceland. Yes, we've got a couple of pieces here from Iceland. Very nice too. Never too many. Very nice too. We've got a couple of pieces from Iceland. There were 3 of them. And I got to have 2 pieces, and Louise from Ireland got to have 1. There's a red piece and a white piece and a black piece. And she said, you can have 2 and I'll have 1. And I said, I'll have the black piece and I'll have the white piece. And I thought the white piece, that's very unusual. It's almost honeycomb-like. There's so many gas bubbles that have emptied a lot of gas. And it's almost like honeycomb. But it's white. And I'm thinking, is it white because there's a titanium content? And I'm thinking that probably maybe the case. It's literally white in colour, a little bit of orange, which could be iron, and also this compared to the lava from Etna and Stromboli, it's that bit heavier. It's quite a bit heavier than the Mediterranean lava from Strombolian type eruptions. This is basaltic lava, slower, from Iceland. Even, well, it's not calcium, is it? But I'm saying that the reason it's white is because it may well have titanium in the mix. And I'm so close to the cat right now. You want to sniff? You want to sniff? Sniff, 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 sniff. And rub, 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 rub. Right, so here comes the white piece. And this is Iceland. This is Iceland, Zana. Please feel free to play it on your live. I'm not quite sure what Zana meant then, but and you can see, not necessarily in focus, but there's so many holes in it, and that is literally the gas that was in the lava. Whether it was carbon dioxide, it may have been carbon dioxide gas, but this is literally white in colour, and this came from, allegedly, this came from the site of the first eruption in 2021, which was Bob, basically, at Fagradsfjall, Bob and Ragnar. So this is why I'm pretty sure that it has titanium content, titanium oxide. But what's impressive is just the amount of holes in it, the gas. I wish it would, I can't really focus properly, but that's Iceland. And I had to get the dark one. I had to get the dark one because this is basically what it was all about. The black lava, the basaltic black lava. And you may have heard of Guttentag. And Guttentag was doing a lot of silly videos, but he's literally like a mountain goat. The first year he threw so many cans of pop on the lava, melons, bananas, and Coke cans, and cucumbers, oranges, everything went on the lava. But one of them, he described the lava itself, and it's basaltic lava with feldspar and olivine. Now I can see in this black lava that there is specks in it. There is little specks in it, but I've got my glasses on. I couldn't really say, but it's definitely OG original, and it's got them said crystals in it, feldspar and olivine. So this is the lava to end all lavas, basically. This is Iceland, and it's basaltic lava, same as this one, really. but it has the flecks of feldspar and possibly olivine in there as well. But it's just a dark rock basically. But you can see tiny flecks in it. I don't know if I can. Again, there's quite a lot of honeycombing in there. There's quite a lot of holes. And you can tell where this section here, this has been on the surface. This is the top of it. And then the other sides are broken off, basically. So that is Iceland. The black piece is from Iceland. And also the white one, and a lot more tight, smaller honeycombing, almost like a coral in appearance, but it's not, it's lava. So we've got the opposites, yin and yang, black and white. We've got black and white lava from Fagradalsfjall in Iceland. Oh, so that's basically it. That is all the lava. That is the lava. Oh, and the obsidian is on the move again. And this little box, which I really like the little box because I definitely did have something like this when I was younger. Very nice. So thank you very much to Louise. Zana has done a video. Play it on your live. Very beautiful, very interesting. And here comes the cat. This one's very beautiful and very interesting as well. Look, it's my Florine. My baby girl. Oh. So yeah, I think we're up to 45 minutes now. That's what I've seen. So that's the lava rocks. I did want to, I can't find my scheelite rock. I did have a scheelite rock. It was basically tungsten ore, and I've got a UV light, and I wanted to shine it at the rock, but unfortunately I have a cleaner and everything's gone missing. Right, how far are we? 48 minutes. Not doing too bad. But yeah, that is basically the lava. And we are in the gaff. This is the gaff. And I've been here since 2004. Oh, nice bottle of cider. It's never ending. It's never ending. I'm under her control. Oh, she's just showing off now. You're showing off. What are you doing, eh? Huh? Rub, rub, rub. Rub, rub. This is my beauty, basically. You may have heard of Wild Warrior Bill's Black Cat Beauty. And mine is pretty much almost at that age. Mine's a lot smaller though. She's very small. She's pretty much stayed almost kitten size. She's literally a third smaller than any other cat. So I don't know. Oh, we've got a nice big while we're here, we've got a nice big pyrite. Although I'm not entirely sure where I've got this now. I can show you a pyrite, which is iron, fool's gold. But I cannot remember where I found it now, or got it from, but fool's gold. And it's a very large piece. A very large piece. It does shine. And it's called fool's gold, basically, iron pyrite. iron pyrite. I can't quite. There you go. That's a little bit better. It's still not clear, but you can see. I mean, this is a pretty large specimen. I tell you what, while I'm at it, I'll get the one that I found in Eastbourne on the south coast of Britain. I found a really nice one, and it's like a star. I'll just go and get it. There you go. In fact, there's a few rocks in here. If anything, this one is my favourite. Now, I found this, bearing in mind, this is the same as that. It's iron pyrite, but this is more of a gold colour, the typical fool's gold. But this one, I found this at Eastbourne on the Sussex coast. And it literally came out of the Cretaceous, this Cenomanian, the Plenus Miles, and literally they would be in holes. There'd be holes inside the chalk on the beach, and they'd literally be at the bottom of the hole, rattling about in the hole, and you still couldn't quite reach them. I literally had to get a screwdriver and hammer and dig all the way around the outside so I could get my fingers into it to get it out. And this is an iron pyrite as well, but the interesting feature of this is it's like it's got a dog teeth on it. It's a dog tooth shape, a dog tooth shaped pyrite. Very unusual compared to the normal golden type of pyrite. Very nice. Yeah, and I've always liked it because it's very nice in the hand. It's very nice in the hand. It's very nice in the hand. If anything, it's therapeutic. And I've got this from Eastbourne in Sussex. And another very unusual story. I could have had my chips, you know. And this was the early 90s, and I was at Eastbourne on a geological hunt, of course. And I think I just went from the town along the bottom of the cliffs towards a gap. And I remember, I don't know how it happened, I'm normally pretty good with it. I don't think it was actually the tides. I think it was that basically, I'm pretty sure that the weather turned on me and the wind blew up directly from the south, out from sea, and it come up and it blew the tide and the water straight at me. The wind was quite strong. So I literally got cut off by the tide at Eastbourne at about, I'm saying 1991 to 1993, I don't know. And if I didn't have a hammer and a screwdriver and find a solitary metal ring sticking out of the chalk there, I was trapped behind a groin, a massive high wooden groin. Literally, it's a wooden groin. I could not go out to sea around it. I could not pass that groin at all. It was too tall. It was at least 12 foot high. And I literally got trapped behind this groin. I don't know where this has come from. I literally got trapped, and I could certainly have had my chips that day. I may not have been here if I hadn't managed to scramble up that cliff, literally using a hammer and a screwdriver to dig out pieces of chalk to put my feet in, pulling myself up on ivy. Luckily enough, it wasn't actually a high part of the cliffs. I mean, not talking Beachy Head, it was quite close to town, so it's still quite low. And yeah, I was very lucky to get away with that. I literally had to climb the cliff with a hammer and a screwdriver, kicking holes in the chalk just so I could pull myself up on the ivy. And I just got up to the top, freezing and cold and shivering, screaming for help, you know. And I must have been at the top of the cliff in an overhanging ivy for what, about 20 minutes or something. So cold. And then eventually I managed to pull myself right over the top despite the cold, and I managed to make my way into town again. But that was pretty grim. I could have had my chips that day at Eastbourne, and I may not have been here if I hadn't climbed up that cliff. Another story was, again in Sussex on the south coast, I went to Hastings. Now this wasn't so much of a disaster. Something could have happened. But when you get to Rockanaw at Hastings, you've got the concrete, and you've got a load of boulders going down to the beach, and the concrete goes along and around a bit. And at this time there was a massive lump of sandstone. It was very pale, very coarse, white sandstone, almost crystalline, and it was right on the end, on top of this concrete. And I couldn't get past it. I couldn't go down. I literally had to shimmy around this giant piece of sandstone. Halloween kitty, yes, I've got a Halloween kitty. She's definitely showing off tonight. Definitely showing off, aren't you, darling? Yes, you're showing off tonight. But this giant lump of sandstone, I shimmied around it, and there's one particular rock along the beach, and it was flat. The surface was flat, and the top of it was there's part of the Wadhurst clay, and you'd find shark teeth, fish scales, all kinds of interesting stuff. Shark teeth, fish scales, fish teeth, carapaces, all on this little thin sliver on the surface. I'll chip them out, and then after about 20 minutes I'm chipping away at this surface, trying to get all the little fossils out, and I hear this rumble. It was like a delayed rumble, and I looked about where I came, and in the distance on top of the concrete, this giant boulder of sandstone, which was about 8 tons worth, just decides to collapse. And it's weird because I heard the rumble first, and then I literally watched it as it tumbled over the concrete, and it just exploded on all the other rocks below. And I'm thinking to myself, I shimmied my way around that rock about 20 minutes ago, and now it's fucking collapsed again. This geology biz, it ain't easy, I tell you, it ain't safe. Oh boy. Yeah, so that's twice, but I think the first one being cut off by the tide, that was the worst. But shimmying around a rock, and then 20 minutes later the rock you just had to get around it falls and just explodes. That was pretty, oh dear, not good at all either. It was crazy, so that's twice. Once at Eastbourne, once at Hastings. Oh, scary stuff. Oh, I've got another crystal. It's a selenite, It's a bit scuffed up now. It's selenite, it's gypsum basically. I have got another rock, but I couldn't find it. This is selenite, which is gypsum, and I found it at Lower Upnor near Rochester. And it's got a particular shape. There are places in North Kent where you can actually pull selenite crystals out on top of the cliffs. Gypsum, selenite gypsum. And they make stuff out for plastering of this. But it is a bit worn now. It was a lot cleaner when I first got it. And this was just a collector's piece that was bought, and it's celestine, which is strontium. And celestine has got a lot of crystals on it. Blue crystals. Very fancy. But I think we might stop there. You've seen my lava rocks, and I've had a bit of a chin wag, and the cat's been showing off, and now she's at the bucket again. And I think we're probably gonna end it there. Yeah. I have got another rock as well, but I couldn't say where it is at the moment. And it's actually a piece of sphalerite, with galena and quartz. It's basically a zinc ore with little flecks of lead or galena and quartz. And I've shone the UV light on it. It was a tiny little patch of calcite in there, glowing pink, because calcite does actually fluoresce in UV light. But I don't know where that rock is at the moment. And I got that from Snail Beach Lead Mine in Shropshire at one of the Ravensbourne Geological Society field trips. And that lump of sphalerite, that's probably my favourite rock, and that's very heavy. It's not like lead galena heavy, but sphalerite, a zinc ore, is still very heavy in the hand. It could well be in the front room, or it could be in the bedroom, but I'm not going to go find it now. I think I'm probably gonna end it here. But yeah, how many rocks and crystals is there, Ish? I couldn't really say how many rocks and crystals there are. I have had books in the past that have literally gone into depths of how hard a rock is and what the properties are, and even what the crystal looks like, the shape of the crystal itself. But I do have books here and there. I've got some in the oddity cabinet. I've got geological books in the oddity cabinet. Also fossils of the chalk and fossils of the Gault clay. No, Oxford clay. I've got fossils of the Oxford clay and the chalk. There probably is one of the Gault. It won't be so thick. And British Mesozoic fossils as well. So I've still got quite a few geological books. Yeah, but I do have fossils as well. I don't have as many as I used to, because basically they're all in the loft at my parents' flat in Old Town, Addiscombe. And over the years, my father, he dumped so much stuff on top of my rocks and fossils. A lot of the fossils got broken, to be honest, which is a bit sad. But I've got most of the best ones here in the gaff. Yeah, I've got a nice and big heavy sphalerite rock. I don't know where the scheelite is, nor do I know where my UV torch is at the moment. And that was another project. I managed to find my pro pointer though. my Garrett carrot. I found my Garrett carrot. It's the only metal detector I've got. I never did get into metal detecting. I was more of a bottle digger. I did find metal detectors in the loft at my late father's flat, but I'm really not sure if I'm into metal detecting. It was bottle digging and geology and nature for me. Yes, I do collect bottles as well, and I think that's going to be a future live stream. I'm probably going to do the best of certain areas. I'm not sure in what format I'm going to do it. I may do it move it onto the table like Finn Vince used to do. He'd get his bottle and he'll show it on the table and just talk about it on the table, and the camera directed down. I might do it like that, just bring it onto the table, say where it came from, and then talk about whatever it is. But yes, I do bottle. What is my oldest bottle? I don't have a complete one. I'm not sure where it is at the moment, but I found the top of a late 1700s mallet bottle. It was green and it was late 1700s, and I found it at Mordenhall Park on top of a patch of mud. Literally, I found this top of a mallet bottle, and it was green, and you could tell by the top it was old, ancient, literally old and ancient. So that would be my oldest bottle, although I don't actually old bottles. Yeah, I can probably show you one that was been talked about on Instagram today. And I've got this coin here. While I'm at it, I might talk about the coin. But my oldest bottle, I'm only going to talk about this one bottle though. I've got a coin here, and this will be my oldest coin. And I found this pretty much at Combe Wood at Croydon. They're not far from the Shirley Hills, and it's a copper halfpenny from George III copper penny. It's a halfpenny, and the funny thing is, it was literally in gravel. Underneath there's like a disturbed divot, and it's packed full of broken crockery, probably from the, I'm guessing from the 1870s or something like that. There's a couple of literally water jugs, big water jugs, and they were virtually complete. These two water jugs were virtually complete, but both of them were missing their noses. They've been kicked off. Literally the spout on both of these water jugs, they've been broken off. So broken is broken. But at the bottom of this divot in the ground filled with crockery, I found a coin. And this coin, it must have been in someone's collection in the 1870s or 1880s, maybe even earlier. But it turned out to be a George III copper halfpenny from 1775. 1775, this coin. And I had another one somewhere from South Croydon, George II, 1742. Is a bit bent, but I'm not sure where it is. I think it's in the oddity cabinet. But this one, this George III 1775 halfpenny, and I looked it up online. You won't be able to see much detail. Well, maybe you will. That's the back of it, and Britannia is on there. You can see Britannia on there somewhere. There's Britannia on one side and George the Third, the madness of King George on the third on the other side. And that's 1775. I couldn't believe it. That's the oldest coin that I've got. And I looked it up online. And apparently the 75 George the Third halfpenny, allegedly, they're fakes. They are fakes. I don't know whether that's true or not. But apparently... apparently the 1775 George the Third halfpenny is fake. Oh, so who knows? It could be worth a bit of money. Yeah, so I collect bottles too, Zana. Adventures with Wild Warrior Bill. He was a bit of a inspiration to me to finally start bottle digging in 2014. And Diane Horn, always detecting Council Bluffs, Iowa. Diane Horn was also a bit of a inspiration for me to do bottle digging as well, because she was doing the Indian Hills at the time and she found a cistern in the sweltering heat, and Diane Horn was literally digging all these bottles out of this cistern in the Indian Hills in Iowa. And of course, Adventures with Wild Warrior Bill. Oldest bottle. It's only the top of the bottle, I'm afraid, but that's 1775 halfpenny. Wow. Mr. Sir, I used to find them in Beddington. You're talking about bottles and coins. Yeah, I'm going to show a bottle. It was mentioned before on Instagram, and it's got an interesting story to it. I've only got the one. Very interesting story. It's got the original stopper. Bottles at Beddington. Ah. Did you know I went bottle digging with Knees DPM? He was well up for it. Yeah, Knees DPM, digging poisons in Mitcham. And we didn't know we dug poisons in Mitcham. Oh, well done. Well done. Graffiti to bottle hunting. It's a very similar buzz, I can tell you. Maybe you should give it a try, Darren. Bottle hunting. Bottle digging. Yeah, loads of history in Croydon due to East India Company based there and building the south. The East India Company's military college at Addiscombe, yes, non-facem vitio col parva minorum. I lived in Addiscombe, and eventually I did find out the location of the college, and the gymnasium is the last building left of the whole complex of the East India Company Military College in Addiscombe. The gymnasium is at the bottom of Havelock Road. You go into the bottom of Havelock Road and turn left, and there's this big domed building. And that's the gymnasium, and that was the last building that they ever built on the East India Company Military College site. No, I don't have any weed, I'm afraid, Luke. No, I don't. You're right about lots of history. And also another story, some years ago, Outram Road, on the corner of Outram Road and Mulberry Lane, is the said location of the actual Addiscombe place, the main building of the military college, Addiscombe Place, as it was originally. There used to be garages on Mulberry Lane. There were lots of garages. There must have been about 8 garages, and eventually, of course, they got rid of all the garages, and then they decided, we're going to build a house here. But what they didn't realise was that that plot of land had never been built on before, not even since the 1860s. And they went, it was just plain ground. I don't know why it was never built on. Then they built garages on it. And when they went down to dig the foundations for this new building, they were having major trouble, because what they'd in fact found was the foundations of Addiscombe Place. Yes, they'd found the foundations of Addiscombe Place on the corner of Outram Road and Mulberry Lane, or Mulberry, yeah, whatever you call it. And there was stories and rumours of a tunnel under that area in Addiscombe. And you know what? It turned out to be true. There was a tunnel, but it was more like a drain or a sewer drain that was underneath Addiscombe Place. Basically, they dug down. They had to do so much work to get all of this brick out. Literally. Mushrooms. No. There was literally, it must have been a metre wide, literally. I could only look down into it, but it went under the 1920s and 1930s, semi-detached. It was deep underground, and it literally went underneath. It literally went underneath the 20s and 30s houses. Oh, so there was another smaller one about that big. But yeah, there was a tunnel. That's been proved. There was a tunnel underneath Addiscombe, underneath where the old Addiscombe Military College was. Right, this bottle. In Australia, we only have 200 years of history. Yes. So you're the same with Zana. You're in Australia. Yes, quite a lot of history, but I was surprised to find they were. Please, cat, please. Oh, she's showing off. I actually found the foundations. I saw them with my own eyes. The foundations of Addiscombe Place, the military college. Right, this bottle. This is the only bottle I'm going to be showing tonight. And it's got an interesting story. I dug it up from my local 1932 bottle dump, Red Robin bottle tip at Elmer's End. And it's got the original stopper. And it's called Monsters. It's a Monsters bottle. You can just see it says Monsters. It's a carbonite, ebonite stopper, internal screw. The shape of it lends to a beer bottle from the 1920s or earlier, and it literally has Monsters embossed all the way around it. This is one of my favourite bottles. Monsters. Inside there be monsters. Looking at a Monsters bottle. And the most interesting part of this bottle is it's on the base. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Look. Soda Stream Co. Limited. Yes. Soda Stream. This was the beginning of Soda Stream. Yes, Soda Stream. Get busy with the fizz. You can see that it's legit Soda Stream. Monsters. So look it up. Monsters. And that is Soda Stream Limited. Now, what I think the story was, I'm not sure if it was only London, I'm not sure, but they would have a machine in certain shops and called the Monster Machine. And this is what I looked up online, but they'd have a machine on site in a shop where they could flavour and carbonate water in shop, and it was called the Monster Machine. And they were probably leased to a shop. I'm not entirely sure, but that's why it's got Monsters embossed all the way around it. Monsters. all the way around it. Actually, I think I might show one more bottle before I go. A beer, the only beer that I ever dug up. SodaStream, unbelievable. So if you look up Monsters bottle, you may well come up with something. I'm going to get one last bottle and then I'm going to end stream. Right, where is it? Whoa, my one and only beer. And like I said, it's got a very similar shape to the Monsters bottle, which is very unusual. These both came from my local bottle dump in Country Park, Elmer's End area. It's not the Brickworks. I found my own dump, basically, Red Robin bottle tip. And you can see how similar they are. The Monsters bottle and the genuine beer bottle. They are, in fact, pretty much the same size. It looks like they're a different size, but they're not. And they're very similar. So that's why I was thinking, is this Monsters bottle a late throwaway? Is this actually 1920s or earlier in a 1932 tip? But this beer, this is the only beer that I've ever found. And it's Collier Brothers Essex Brewery, Walthamstow. Collier Brothers Essex Brothers Brewery, Walthamstow. It's a lovely colour. It's a lovely colour, and when it's proper polished up, you turn it around, and the whittling on it is just beautiful. It's got a lovely olive green, almost yellow colour to it, an olive green, and the whittling on it is very nice indeed. Collier Brothers Essex Brewery, Walthamstow, and that was the only beer that I've ever found, and it's very similar shape, very similar shape to the Monsters bottle, which is very unusual. And the stopper in it is Watney, Cooman, Reed, London. So that's an amalgamation of various breweries, Watney's, Cooman Co. and Reed. So Watney, Cooman, Reed, you can probably date the stopper. I'm not entirely sure if that was already in it or not. It may have been. I'll have to look the picture up. But beer bottle. And I think we're probably going to end it there. So 1775 coin. Monsters bottle. SodaStream Limited. Would you believe it? And a beer, my one and only beer, basically. And a load of lava rock. Looks like a Crown lava bottle. Yes, soda. Graph Punks, soda. Beer, yes, look, the green bottle is the beer, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they still use in India on the streets. The original Monster Energy. I don't know about it being the original Monster Energy, but I can see where you're coming from. Oh boy. Yeah, the colour's very nice on that beer. To be honest, it needs another clean. It's been up there for a while and it needs a good clean. And do you know how I polish up my bottles? It's a bit funny, really. I've got a dark blue poly jumper, just a polyester jumper, dark blue polyester jumper. And I literally sit there with it on me and I'm literally rubbing the bottles on a poly jumper. And it works, it shines them up lovely. Bottle hype. Take my money. Oh, here she comes again. And I think I'm probably gonna knock it on the head now. You can always watch the video back again. And of course I've done a few minerals as well. A couple of iron pyrites. I do like the dog tooth style one. I do like it, very nice in the hand, quite therapeutic. From Eastbourne, lovely. And I'm probably going to end it there now. So you've got various things in this video, not just the lava rocks from Iceland. I've got a few other things in there too. Yeah, I'm going to make a move now. Sorry I don't always catch you on the Wild Warrior Bill stream, Zana, but it must be early in the morning for you, and by the time Billy goes live it's about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in bed. So no, thank you very much, Darren. It was great to have you here. Great to have you here. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I can't get rid of this cat. Oh, and as I don't know if you saw my last live, it'll be under lives, but I actually rescued another cat in Old Town in Addiscombe. I was keeping an eye on this cat for 2 weeks, and it got to the point where I was losing my fucking mind, because I mean, the cat could have been there even longer than that, and this cat is clearly pregnant. And it got to about 2 weeks, and I said, I've had enough, I'm picking it up. So I put it in my cargo buggy. I took it to 1A Nicholson, and that night, the night after, we had all that thunder and lightning in South London. We had a thunderstorm, sheet lightning, and the rain came down. And I put up a video of me up in the roof, looking out the window, and it steadily got heavier. And that night she gave birth, so I had to chill it down a bit in the dark. I had a disco ball going, and I put some soothing music on, and she popped out her first kitten at 8:22 p.m. and the music was Ortekra Bass Cadet Beaumont Hannon 2 remix. Oh, fancy having kittens to the IDM Electronica, honestly. Oh. So yeah, if I hadn't have taken her in, and she'd have popped on the concrete under that metal stairwell surrounded by cardboard and rubbish, them kittens would have died that night. She would have popped them out, and they would have died of hypothermia, all 4 of them. So I've been told by a lot of people I've done the right thing. I rescued this cat literally and her kittens from imminent storm death, basically. I'm Duke. Welcome. Oh my. Oh my. It's old mummy of hamsters. Yeah, so just saying how I rescued this this mummy cat in Addiscombe. She's a fractured tuxedo. She's more black than she is tuxedo, got a white chin, and she was pregnant. And yeah, the night of the storm, or after the storm, she popped. I pretty much saved the life of her kittens. Nice to see our mummy hamsters. You've turned up a bit late, but you can always go back and watch us later. I'm well over an hour now, but the last one that I put up actually went up quite quickly. I'm hoping this one will too. Oh, mummy. We've got a few people in here now. Give us a thumb up if you want, but I'm going to make a move now. Nice to see our mummy hamsters. You still getting the crank calls. You still slaying the crank callers. Rockman! Here, they're all coming in now. They're all coming in now. Oh, mummy, your hamster's at work tonight. Good day, Rotman. And Zana was here. Good day, Rotman. You're coming a bit late. I've done quite a bit of talking already. I've shown a couple of bottles and an old coin off, a few rocks, as well as lava rocks. And my cat has been literally harassing me all night, all morning. Ismaflorine, my Ismaflorine, but I've got to make a move now, I'm afraid. Great to have you on the stream, Ken Rotman. You can always, when this finally goes up in live tab bar on DJ Puff the Third, you can watch it. You can watch it from the beginning. And same with Mummy Hamsters and Gary 24/7 Arizona Skies live. Graph Punks, great to have one of London's most influential graffiti artists. Yeah, I know. I tried to make it late so that some Americans and even the Aussies early in the morning can catch it. I'm well past GMT now. Well past GMT. That's why I started late. Yeah, Gary's here. Oh, Mummy's trying to start streaming again. Yeah, we could talk with stream for a little while. Yeah, I don't mind talking with stream for a little while. Yeah, got to make a move, but I'm going to give a little bit of time as we've got a few people that have come in. So if anybody's got any questions, I'll go for a few questions. DJ Puff, if you've got a few questions for DJ, but I'm going to make a move soon. We'll give it to about 10 past or something like that. But if anyone got any questions for DJ, I mean, graffiti, bottles, cacti, anything really. New puppy, I don't think it was a dog. I'm hoping to do bottles another day. I'm gearing myself up to do bottles another day. I haven't got any around here. I've got some reconditioned clay pipes though. And these were found mudlark in the Thames. So I've been mudlarking on the Thames as well. These are 18th century, basically, and I've glued them. I've tried to find pieces that match exactly, sanded the joints. I've sanded the joints, and then I've wrapped them with masking tape. I've painted with a brown Uniposca paint pen, and then I've literally coloured the masking tape black. So you've literally got. I have been mudlarking on the Thames, and that is basically 18th century clay pipe from the Thames, and I've reconditioned it basically. And I've got 3 of them. I've got 3 different ones that I've managed to put back together. 2015 I done these. So I reconditioned 3 clay pipes from the Thames basically. These are 1700s. And we've got this one as well. Looks a bit more interesting. But that end is Victorian. That's Victorian. That's 1800s and not 1700s. So I've got 3 clay pipes that are reconditioned from mudlarking the Thames. Have to say I haven't had too much luck mudlarking, but then again, people have been doing that for so long now on the Thames that there's not really much to be had, unless you've literally got a motorised rubber dinghy and you can access the places that haven't been touched before. You're out of luck. I've had a few bits. Have I been doing graffiti long? are you an artist? I started, the kids are doing very well, Rotman. I started in 1998 as Comma, 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 NLA, Never Live Again, or SWG, Sweets Donkey Gun. And Sweets Donkey Gun goes back to the 80s, literally the 80s, SWG. There's another story behind that, but comma, 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 NLA, Never Live Again, SWG, Sweets Donkey Gun. And basically, I only done reaches and outlines. I done red reaches and outlines between Blackhorse Lane and Sandilands in Addiscombe. That was it. And then I got a job in 1999, so I was only up for what, about 8 months. And well, we all have graffiti moments in high school. We're drawing graffiti. I had a name there as well. I was actually conned, COND, and a symbol like the condemned symbol, because I was into railways at the time, and railway stock, especially trains and wagons that were destined to be scrapped. You'd have a symbol on them, which was a circle with a cross, and they'd write "cond" underneath. And it was just as well that I didn't choose condemn in the early 90s, because basically we already had a condemn that I didn't even know about, and that was condemn SMC. So I decided anyway that I was going to be comma, COMMA. And Darren's very happy. And then I did forget it. I did forget graffiti for quite some time, although I was watching it all the time. And this will relate to Darren here. But when I was working, the late 90s, early 2000s, I would see your lot up all the fucking time. Why, Pest, Venger, Dyer, Sir, Golem, and well, why with the queries. Yeah, I'd see all you boys up 2001. Swag was on top of it as well, all them FDC boys, and that's all I ever saw in the late 90s, early 2000s. The pipes, they're very good, they're very good, very good. 99 bottles of beer in the wall. I don't have 99 bottles. Yeah, I came back doing graffiti in 2007. 2007 November, and I'd done my first 75C medallion. Yeah, it's related to railways, local. It's not 75 cents, it's not 75 degrees, it's railway related. Norwood Junction Motive Power Depot in steam days. Each engine on the smoke box would have a plate, a metal plate of where that steam engine was allocated, and Norwood Junction was 75C. Iron Duke. Also, I was Troika as well. Troika, absolutely potty. It's either Troika 75, something like that. Chicago, Illinois. I did not do the graph behind me. No, that was Fleds. He's left-handed. Fleds. And I've got Dreer up here as well. I used to have Hoover as well. I had Fleds, Dreer, Hoover. I got rid of Hoover. And I had Block KC down there. I got rid of Block, and I replaced it with Dash DC's cat, Dash Nathan D. He done one of his cats on the wall down there. Luke, a new sub. Dope. crazy. It's all very crazy. Lots of stories, lots of stories. But yeah, I've been part of the graffiti scene for a long time in South. Although I was a very late starter, and I'm autistic as well. I'm autistic, so I'm an affiliate to the scene. I'm not actually a damager, although I've done track sides in the past. But I've done a lot of pieces. And if you want to look up my Instagram, my Instagram is super_sharp_shooter. Super sharp shooter shooting shots. And again, Darren will know all about that because we were at Johnny's funeral. And right at the end of the funeral, the send off at Johnny's, they played Super Sharp Shooter. And then after that, I started up my Instagram. I named it Super Sharp Shooter, basically in honour of Johnny. Graph in Croydon, not great to be honest. No, there's not really anywhere you can go. All the hoardings are gone. Chainsaw Wall, Annaley is still. You can still get into Annaley, Ruined Sports Centre, Darren. Chainsaw Wall, which is directly opposite the north entrance of Norwood Lake, and there's legal walls at Tennyson Rec, Norwood Rec, and there's Selhurst Yard, but not enough people are hitting it, and unless a lot of people, artists, hit Norwood Harriers Wall, legal wall, we need to smash it with high quality pieces, basically, Darren. Otherwise, the locals are just going to keep buffing it. We need to smash that wall, Darren. Tennyson Rec. We need to get the boys down. I know it's militia buffers, locals doing it because they're using white emulsion. If it was council doing it, it would be black, dark green, or dark brown. It's local militia buffers. Great to have all you guys here, but I'm gonna have to end it here. But when this is processed and it goes up, I'm hoping it processes. This is a very long one, but I had 40 minutes last time. This is well over an hour. I'm gonna have to end it now. I'm hoping that this is gonna go up in at least 2 days. And if you missed some of the content, you can always go to DJ Puff the Third live and it will be there. Thank you very much, Gary. Great to have you here. Iron Duke, Zana, Rotman, Graph Punks. Oh my. Oh, Mummy of Hamsters. Oh, we've had a few. I can't really go. Luke Riches, also Australia. We've got a couple from Australia, Chicago, Arizona. We've got the big graffiti man himself. Oh, and we had British German. We had Mirage earlier. We've had quite a few. It's been pretty good. And we've done well because I've been able to react with the chat as well as show you the items. Amsterdam. Amsterdam in Ohio. Dave, Lord Gem of the Super Kitty Dave, I'm just about to log off, I'm afraid. I've been here for quite some time and I'm just about to call it a day. But like I said, when this video has processed, it will be DJ Puff the Third live, I should imagine, and you can hopefully, if it does go up, it doesn't fuck up, you can watch it again, so you can go back to the beginning and you can watch the video again. And it's not just lava rocks from, yes, I did say lava rocks from Iceland and Stromboli and Etna at the very beginning. I do lava rocks. There's a lot of other little bits in there as well. Yeah, this is the gaff. It's a shame I may have to leave at some point, move into my parents' flat, but it's a part of my life. It's a bit of a bachelor pad. This is what I call the gaff. I'm hoping to take the living room decor with me. Sadly, I can't take the graph. I've got to leave that behind. But yeah, I'm gonna make a move now. And I'll leave you with a volcano, an erupting volcano. Thank you everyone for joining tonight. DJ Puff the Third live signing out, being constantly harassed by the cat Esma Florine. Thank you so much everyone for stopping by. And hopefully I'll catch you on another video. I hope to do a best of bottles from various sites. Thank you everyone. Give us a thumb up if you like. Done very well tonight. I've done it late because I thought I might catch a few different people. So thank you very much for joining. And I'll catch you later either with other normal videos, and I may try and do another stream at some point. And I'll catch you later. Thank you everybody. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.